what Joe is working on today.
That's right. We're with Chef Chris from Joe's Deli, and welcome back. Thanks for being here again this holiday season.
My pleasure.
We are making a caramelized Brussels sprout dish with bacon, maple, and thyme.
Yes.
So it's a spin on a very traditional, like, you know.
Yeah,
dish.
well, yeah, Brussels sprouts and Thanksgiving are hand in hand, I suppose.
Absolutely.
Well, at least now at my house. But one of my favorite side dishes of all time, even non-Brussels sprout lovers, usually converted. If you put enough bacon and maple syrup in it, it'll turn anyone in the right direction.
Put enough bacon and maple syrup on anything, it'll probably turn you in the right direction. So what do we have here? What are the folks?
Well, this is a very easy one. This is a great one. Like, even though Thanksgiving's tomorrow, this is a great one. Doesn't take any time. Yeah, it's very easy. Some fresh Brussels sprouts. I have some smoked applewood bacon.
So you want the smoked? You just don't want
smoked
the plain.
bacon is good. Right. If you had some, some leftover ham would be good in this too.
That'll work too.
What I mean?
Okay, good.
Some fresh thyme. I have some maple syrup, a red onion, and a little butter.
Okay.
And it's very simple. And what we're going to do, I'll just do this. I'm going to start this bacon now.
Okay.
But this is one of my favorite sides, and we're actually at Joe's Deli right now. We have a little holiday catering that menu that we're doing from now until the end of December, or however long. You get these things whenever. But what we're doing is offering a lot of these holiday style sides.
Right.
If you're having an office luncheon or a holiday party or something like that.
And not just your traditional type
no,
stuff.
No, it's all kind of different holiday stuff with a twist, you know what I mean?
All right.
But this is one of the ones that, I mean, this is about the hardest part right here of this dish.
I love this. This is the best smell to wake up to in the morning.
Oh, absolutely.
Through the house. All right. We are going to continue to smoke up the kitchen here. Right now, we're going to send things over to Emily Lenahan to find out what's happening on our website. Good morning, Emily. Welcome back. We're with Chef Chris from Joe's Deli, and we are making a caramelized Brussels sprouts with thyme and honey. No, and maple.
Maple syrup, bacon, and thyme. You forgot about the bacon.
I can't believe we've got bacon going on in this pan right
what
here.
I've done, I rendered down the bacon.
Right. Best part
in a little bit of butter. But now what we have a little bit too much fat in it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pour a little of this off. Yeah, we'll save it for another day.
And then that is a steaming pan of bacon, and I got to tell you, a couple of us during the commercial break actually stuck our hand in there and pulled out a few little pieces.
You got to do what you got to do.
You got to do what you got to do.
So what we're going to do now, this is one of my favorite smells in the world, is bacon and onions. So what we got to do is we've crisped up our bacon, and this is the next step before we add the Brussels sprouts.
It's a red onion.
Just a red onion. Yeah, very simple. Now you don't have to use a red onion, white onion, shallots, whatever you have.
You want something with a little sweetness, obviously.
Absolutely,
right?
Okay. And just some nice thick slices. We'll add that to that.
Okay, we got about 30 seconds, so you get that going in there with
caramelize
the bacon.
This is our next step. We're going to let this cook down for a little bit before we add the Brussels sprouts, but this is like I said, only a few ingredients, and it's going to turn out great.
Right, and when you say caramelize, that means you want to use a low heat, right?
We want to use like low, medium, low, but what we're looking to do is slowly cook it down so it sweetens it up, and it doesn't, you got your crispy bacon in there, you don't want it to burn.
Right, slow equals sweet. All right, we'll be back with much more. We're going to start working with the Brussels sprouts after the break. Right now, I'm going to send it back to you guys on the couch.
Back into the kitchen where we're going to follow the smell of bacon. It's delicious.
It is. It's so delicious. Our microphones are falling off.
That's right.
We're going to clip. Chef Chris from Joe's Deli's here. We're making a caramelized onion with bacon and Brussels sprouts. I'm just mentioning everything.
Yeah.
Maple
so
syrup,
right now, we have the butter.
Right.
Bacon, red onions in here.
We haven't even talked about the Brussels sprouts.
So now we have our Brussels sprouts. What I've done, I'm going to throw these in now, but what I've done is I cut the bottoms off them, like the little core part.
I noticed that, yeah.
And right here. And what we're going to do is just throw them in, and instead of like boiling them or microwaving, as we were discussing off camera.
What's wrong with that if you have to?
You just want to cut them in half. You can cut them in half if you wanted to cook them quicker.
Cook quicker that way, right? Cut
them in quarters if you want. You could, another nice way, and this will crisp them up even more, is if you slice them like this. Ooh. You get more surface area. They just crisp up a lot.
Everything, yeah.
And that's about it. You want to cook these down and caramelize them. Now, what I have over here is the fresh thyme. If we could start picking that, what I'll do.
How do you pick it?
Is just take the top and like this, and just pull down.
Oh, okay.
Now I really stress like the fresh herbs, like for this and anything like with the Thanksgiving, but like fresh thyme, fresh rosemary, fresh sage.
Smells great.
They're all great. Yeah, it smells wonderful. As soon as you throw it in the hot butter and
I gotta be
bacon
honest,
pan.
yeah, the bacon and the butter, that
Yeah.
smells the best.
This is gonna
but
smell
it's
nice,
very good
too.
Yes, absolutely.
So what we do is toss it all in here, and you'll hear it start to crackle, and you want to get some color on this, you know.
Look at that, and it's a nice coating on everything.
Oh, it really is. And you know, another thing, like if you're not a fan of Brussels sprouts, which you should be.
Yeah, this will get the kids to eat the
this.
Brussels sprouts.
Yeah, it should. I get a good turnout with this one.
Yeah.
If you didn't want to use Brussels sprouts and you wanted to use just like cabbage or something like that,
Sure.
just like a large dice of cabbage or another like root vegetable, you know,
Absolutely.
sweet potatoes, celery roots,
That works
rutabaga,
just fine.
turnips, any sort of hearty winter vegetable would work well with this.
Now, my question is, when I cook Brussels sprouts, like if I try to do it in a pan or a pot, how do you know when they're done? Is there a
Well, I
sign
like
you can look for?
you're looking for basically color here, because like with the caramelization, but it's all personal preference. Like I like vegetables, when cooking vegetables, I like them almost crunchy, like al dente almost, if you're talking
So
like that.
don't overcook 'em.
So don't overcook them. I mean, if you wanted to use, you know, something else like celery root or rutabaga, those really have to be cooked
For a while,
for a while. But these, what's nice about these is you just want to cook them for a little bit on the outside. If they're a little crunchy in the center, that's fine with me.
So
That's
this-
how I like them.
Right, now this really doesn't take long then if you're making it
No,
at home. It's
just
pretty, you don't have to do it a night before kind of
No, I actually suggest just do it the day of, you know what I mean? If you wanted to do it the night before and just like reheat it in a crock or something like that,
why
go
not?
right ahead. But all you do to finish this dish is, well, we're going to season with a little salt.
A little salt there.
We're going to throw our thyme in. Yeah, go ahead and throw that in. I'll throw a few. What you could do is, if you don't like,
Yeah, I was going to say, if you don't
if
really...
you don't like it, what you can do is just put a couple like sprigs in.
Oh, and that'll just...
And it'll just kind of perfume it a little bit,
works
and then
too.
just take them out. And then our maple syrup, which is a very important part.
This dish just gets sweeter and sweeter, and that might explain the red onion too. That's a little sweeter.
Yeah,
if you're
it's
gonna use an onion.
sweet, but it's not overkill. You know what
No.
we're using is a nice, real organic maple syrup. I mean, if you put a half gallon of Mrs. Butterworth's or something like in there, it probably would be a little.
Probably wouldn't want that.
Yeah,
right?
but
now you guys actually have this on your catering menu.
yes,
this
what we're
holiday
doing
season.
is, as we mentioned before, is we offered a little menu of different holiday-ish dishes. One of them being the Brussels sprouts. Our next dish, the sweet potatoes, like a cherry pepper jelly glazed ham, a roasted turkey with like a sage gravy.
All that stuff with a twist.
Yeah,
Your-
chicken cacciatore, very nice. You know,
Italian dish right
the
there,
cheesy
yeah.
potato bake, and some
wrong with
houses,
that.
which is wonderful. One of those. Like I said, the Brussels sprouts, which is nice, like if people are having an office party or a holiday party, and just to have a new twist on some old school comfort food and holiday stuff. So.
Definitely done that here.
Yeah.
Everything seems to be boiling. We got
Yeah.
about 15 seconds.
Yeah, we're
so-
good to go. This is it. I mean,
That's it. Done, huh?
you bring this
There you
right to
go.
the plate.
Oh, and then you just enjoy.
And you enjoy it right there. That's the Brussels sprouts with bacon, maple, and thyme.
This is tough. Our photographer, John, is having a problem right
Yeah.
now, focusing in on what we're all looking at. I
Yeah.
know it, because we were all eating the bacon before.
And then, yeah, we have the
right
right there.
on top.
Then you have your garnish right there.
All right, we've got a great second helping coming up. We're talking sweet potatoes. We'll tell you all about that after the break. But before... All right, it's time for second helpings. Chef Chris from Joe's Deli's made a delicious Brussels sprout dish with such a twist on it. Go online, check out the recipe. It's awesome. Now we're making a sweet potato dish with a little bit of a twist on it.
Yeah, this is easier than the other one. Well, we have sweet potatoes or yams. I mean, these are yams actually. What we which everyone usually calls sweet potatoes. I prefer these anyhow.
These are big ones, too.
Yeah, they are. They are. A couple pounds of yams, however many you want. Boil them up. Drain the water off. What we have, could you do the same thing with this rosemary as you did with the thyme? Right? Yeah, if you want to, just.
good at this.
So we have some fresh rosemary. What we have is mascarpone cheese, which is usually found in like tiramisu, the classic Italian dessert. I like it in a lot of savory applications. So we have a little mascarpone cheese, a little pumpkin pie spice, which you should have in the house around this time.
Very seasonal.
A little bit of brown sugar. Not too much, because the sweet potatoes are sweet enough.
Should I dump the...
Yeah, go right ahead.
Now, what
Some
is this?
rosemary,
Rosemary, right.
fresh rosemary.
All right.
A little bit of butter, if you want to throw about half that butter in there.
Hey,
and then
not a
just
problem.
mash these up. You know, if you have a nice little potato masher or the old electric beaters, whatever you want.
I like the old-fashioned masher.
Yeah.
You know, get in there. Even the kids can do this. It's great.
Yeah,
for the
my
kids, right?
my son Sam, he always, this is his job right here.
He's into it, right?
He picks the green beans and likes to spread stuff on things. Yeah.
You got a little helper, and actually, you have another helper on the way.
Yes, we do. Yeah, a couple more weeks we'll have another little boy, and we just can't decide on a name yet.
Poor wife.
So
boys.
we have. Yeah, yeah, you're right. So we have this, and then our ingredient that's kind of different in here are these little candy ginger chips.
Yeah, I never heard of them, and I had a couple today by themselves. They're okay. Not bad.
It's like crystallized ginger.
Absolutely.
It's like basically a little fancy thing for baking, but
All right, well.
it's just a nice twist to the classic sweet potatoes.
Good stuff.
One of my favorites.
All right, Chef Chris from Joe's Deli, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Happy holidays to you.
Same to you.
And all this stuff is on their catering menu as well. It's on our website, wingit.tv. We're going to eat in a few minutes. Right now, back to you guys.